Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our AutoCAD Electrical 2016 What's New webinar. In a few minutes, we'll have Chris Downing from Man and Machine going through all the new updates for the 2016 product release. If you have any questions, just type them in the question box and we will try and answer them at the end of the webinar. So now I'll pass you on to Chris.
Okay, thank you very much, Kirsty. Hope you're all well out there. And welcome to the Man and Machine AutoCAD Electrical 2016 webinar. So first of all, I'm going to start you off with showing you a few AutoCAD 2016 new features. As most of you know, there are quite a lot of new features in 2016, so let's run through these to start with. So the first thing you'll notice is the Start tab. This tab is the same as the Drawing tab when you first opened in 2015, and it gives you a list of options. You can open recent drawings, start a new drawing, get some templates, get some sample drawings, stuff like that. And now, when you click the button at the top here, you go straight to your template drawing, which is set. Before, it used to go straight to the Start tab, but now it just opens a drawing automatically. You can close all these drawings by right-clicking on one of on the tab. You can close all, or close all other drawings. Click on close all other drawings, for example, and it will close all the drawings. Just keep open the one that you're working on. If you have a bunch of drawings open, as I just did a minute ago, you can type in go to Start, and it will take you to that Start application menu I was talking about earlier. When working on a drawing, the Sheet tabs are a lot more intuitive than they used to be. So I'm just going to open up a few sheets to show you this. Okay, so now we have a lot more intuitive moving around of sheets. In the 2015 version, when you wanted to take a sheet to the end, you would have to pick it up, drop it around here, pick it up again, move it across, and it was a bit painful. But now if you drag it across and hover it over here, you'll see it's automatically scrolling through the sheets and taking you to the end. Again, we can drag it back the other way and it will scroll automatically to the other side. A lot easier than it used to be. We also have these down arrows here which list the sheets available, so you can do a quick select of sheets. Another quite neat little option is, just move this out of the way. I'm just going to have to move it over here. My thing's in the way. Right, here we go. So another neat little option is when you have lots of quick access icons at the bottom, as I have here, and you minimize the screen, it wraps the quick access icons to the size of the screen, so you can view all the icons all the time, no matter how big your screen is. That's new. Okay, so one of the other new features is we've got this gallery view in the insert blocks. So let's just pick a drawing that's got some blocks in it. So when I click on my insert block icon, we get an icon view of the block we're going to insert. Previously, if I typed gallery view and set that to 0, you remember that when you click the insert icon, it brings up this insert block menu. So it's a lot easier now to view and insert blocks into your drawing. So to turn that back on, type in gallery view and set it to 1. There is a new option to set an automatic dimension layer. So we click on the Annotate tab and you'll see there's a few new options here. One of them is an intuitive dimension tool, which we'll come to in a bit. But the dimension layer I want to speak to you about first is set here. At the moment it's set to 0. So if I type in dim layer, it says 0. I can then say, right, I want to make this dimensions. Oops. Enter, and you'll see up there it's been set to dimensions. Now if I place a dimension on my drawing, I can click on that dimension, do Control-1 for properties, and you'll see it's automatically placed it on the dimension layer. I think that's going to save a lot of people a lot of time. You'll see that in the layer properties, the dimension layer has automatically been created. Of course, you can change that layer to something different if you please, anytime. So now we come to the intuitive dimension tool, and you'll have noticed how quickly I placed that dimension there. Let's just get rid of it, I'll show you that again. When I click this tool here, you'll see it's got like a little sun symbol and dimension. I can hover over a line, for example, and it automatically picks that dimension. I can hover over another line and it will pick that dimension. I can click on that line and then this line, and it's going to give me an angle. I can hover over a circle and it will give me a diameter. Or I can ask it to give me a radius. By hitting the radius button. So placing dimensions is made a lot easier and quicker and more intuitive. As you can see. So I've just selected the continue option and it's continuing on dimension in my drawing. And all these dimensions have been placed on the dimension layer. You see, as I go through selecting them, they're all on the dimension layer. Another neat little option is a text framing tool or text framing property. If I place some multi-line text in my drawing, excuse the spelling, right? And then there's an option now in my properties to frame the text. If I press yes, you'll see it's placed a frame around the text to the size which I drew the multi-line box. I can adjust this frame and I can align the text within the frame, middle center. I think that's a very useful tool. Another quite neat tool or option is a geometric center snap. So we can turn this geometric center snap on and we can snap to the center of a rectangle. Let's just draw a rectangle. You remember previously you'd have to snap to the midpoint of two sides and find your midpoint of this rectangle, but now now we can snap to the center of a rectangle automatically with the geometric snap option on. See if we can get some more of this one. Oops, let's do it. There we go. So that's quite a neat little tool. And I'll come to the last new feature in plain AutoCAD, which is one of my favourite features personally, is intuitive revision clouds. They now act as if they're a polygon. So we can select on the annotation tab revision cloud and we get three options. We can got freehand, which is the same as it used to be in 2015. A little bit fiddly, but okay. And with a bunch of arcs, and you pull one grip and it will just pull that one grip and give you a weird shape. But you have two other options now. One is rectangle, and we can draw a rectangular revision cloud around an object, as so. And now we have a lot less grips and we can pull it around just like a polygon, which is a lot better in my eyes. We also have the option to draw a polygonal shape, as so. Do that again. Again, a lot quicker, a lot easier than doing it the old way, freehand. Another nice option is to turn an object into a revision cloud. So let's draw a circle from the geometric center of a rectangle, and I can select my revision cloud and I can say, oh, I want to select an object down here, and I can reverse the direction if I want to. In this case I don't. I can do that with an align as well. Polygon, object, set that line, and it changes it into a revision cloud. Reverse the direction. So that really is the main new changes in plain AutoCAD. There is one other thing we can look at. We got, if you have a bunch of system variables in your software, you can have a look at what you've got and whether they're switched on or not by typing in system or SYS VAR monitor, and it gives you a window that shows you a list of your system variables which are activated or not. As you can see, I've only got one current mirror text. Okay, so that now brings me to the new features in AutoCAD Electrical. So the first new feature you will notice, and you'll have seen it when I first switched on earlier, is this location view tab. This provides you with a list of components and connection details within your project. It's organized in installation and location format. And you'll see a list of all my devices in location M listed on there. Let's just get rid of this. When I select M, I can look at details. And we've got the details of all the devices, catalogue numbers, locations, manufacturers, listed there. We can hover over a device and get more details. We can right click on a device and surf to it. And you'll see my project has just surfed to that device. We can also do it from here. Oops, didn't work. There we go. And we can expand and close the details view and just have a view of the devices. We can filter what we want to see. And we can choose whether we want to see the connections or the details. We can even surf to a wire number if we want to. And if we make changes in our project, we can refresh. There's a quick search like up here. If you know what you're looking for, you can filter it quickly. There we go, we've got all the details, connections for KBL1. And we can export these to an Excel spreadsheet or CSV file. Just find that. There we go. So that's quite a neat little tool. At the moment there isn't an option to import, which I'm hoping there will be soon. In the drawing properties or project properties, we can now select a wire numbering sequence order. If we look down here, we've got a wire number sequence order option. This is new, and we can tell it which order we want it to number the wires in. We want it to go from left to right, moving down, whether we want it to go right to left, moving down, etc., etc. So that's quite a useful option. Wire numbers now have a whole bunch of new attributes available to them. We'll right click on a wire number, edit wire number. Now we have 10 new optional attributes. These attributes can be added to the reports. We do a wire from to, active drawing. All okay. And we can change the report format. Oh, you'll see I've got a couple of attributes in there already. We can change the report format, and we can add another one. There we go. Gives you a few more options for your wire number reports. When we do a multi-insert terminal, we have a new option to hide the installation location codes and also the tag strip. You'll remember in 2015 that when you put in a multi-insert terminal command, it will repeat the tag strip attribute on every terminal, which is not necessary. So let's just show you that. Pick a terminal. Let's just come snap off, put it through there. Keep this one. So we're going to put them all on tag strip X1, go OK. And we've got the option to hide tag and hide installation location codes. So keeping them selected, I go OK, run through the commands. And we don't want to ask every time actually. Let's carry on. And you'll see that it's hidden the tag strip for these 4 terminals. I think that's very useful because I used to go around hiding the tag strips after inserting the terminals, hiding the tag strips attribute. There's a new option now that when you insert components and they're child components, the only components that are not graphically linked are the ones that are cross-referenced. I'll give you an example. Let's put in a motor starter. Oops. Put a motor starter here. Okay. And we'll put in the child of the motor starter. We'll put one here. Okay. And one over here. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll just link up this one and this one, like that, but then I will make this a child without a link. Okay. And you'll see that my parent symbol now only shows the reference for the child symbol that's not linked, because we have a graphical representation of a link here already showing that this one's linked. So that's new. And the last thing I'm going to show you is on the panel. There are some default ratings available to you for ratings you use a lot. So if I right click at Edit Footprint and click on the wrong thing there. Show all ratings. I have a bunch of, I can put in a bunch of ratings right down to 12, or I can select defaults. And I can pick from a list of defaults that have been provided, or I can create some new. So what haven't we got? Let's put in something 100 amp slash 150 amp. And that's my new one added and we can chuck it in there, like so. So that's a new option added to the panel footprint tool. So that brings me to the end of my demonstration. You will notice at the top here there is an electromechanical tab. This is to allow you to connect using an EMX file, which acts as a bridge. So you can directly link your AutoCAD Electrical components to parts in an electrical assembly in Inventor. There is a video online for this. If you'd like me to send you the link, just let me know. Okay, so is there any questions? Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any questions, so thank you very much for attending the webinar, and if you'd like to know any more details, just give myself or anyone at Man & Machine a call. Thank you, bye.